Okay, today I'm going to show you something that you may not know or you may not care to know, or it may help you. In this case, it's going to help me. So I'm going to show you a little trick that I have a problem here, and this problem is that there's a bevel on the bottom of this tub that sticks out past the wall, which is too far out for me to cover with just the mortar behind the tile. So what I done is I cut a groove in the back of the tile, like a check in the back of the tile, and I set it down over top of the edge of the tub. Then I tried to set the tile on the wall, and the tile kept on sliding down over the edge of the tub. Wouldn't stay into place. So then I was trying to wedge something in underneath, but where the tub is rounded, the wedges kept on wanting to slide out by the weight of the tile. So the tile was still dropping. So then I come up with the idea that I use some blue painter's tape, and I stuck it to the curdy board nice and tight, and then over here to the rubble, push it down. And what I do is I've already got my line here set up. There's a line here, black line. I've already got it set up, and it has to be perfectly here. This tile has to be perfect at this point in order for the tile to be perfect up here at the top of the niche. It gives me a 1/16 grout line, or 1/8, I guess, probably by the time it's finished. Grout line, and then it'll set my tile up perfectly for here, so I can, at the top here, there'll be a 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch square stone tile that go in there, marble. So anyway, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to just hold this tile up, and I'm going to kind of gauge my line here, and get my eye down here straight enough. I can actually almost see it anyway, and we're just going to hold that there. So then what I do is I'm just going to run the tape down the edge of the tile. Now, by doing this, I'm not trying to make a 90 at the top of the tape. So basically, I'm not trying to push it in the wall right here, and then try to hold the tape. I'll show you what happens. If you shove that in there like this, you might get lucky. 9 chances out of 10, you won't get that lucky, because of the weight of the tile. It's going to want to pull that tape off the wall, which I can see it doing now, which is dropping my tile off the line. So to make that go away, the tape is already stuck to the curdy board. So all I'm going to do is just make it so it's plain, or tapered out like this to the end of the tile, because that's what it wants to do anyway. And then I'll just stick it to the face of the tile at the height of the tile where it should be, and it should be in plane with that the black line here. Now you can see right here, I pulled a little bit of fabric off the curdy, just the fabric, the hair of the fabric. It's not that bad. It should be an issue. We'll deal with it here after I pull the tape off. So I'm going to do the same thing with this side. I'm just checking it out, because like I said, I've already got it figured out. I've already lined this out. So now I'm just sticking it to the tile. Now, that's it. Now I've already got the edge of the jolly all set up, and the tile is nice and flat to the edge of the jolly. So I know it's straight up and down, because it's staying up and down here. Straight. So then I'm good to go here. So now basically all I need to do, well, this one here is not quite right. Get my eye a little straighter. There. All I need to do is just let that set. Now that'll take about, probably 2 to 3 hours before that's set enough that I can be able to take that tape off and then put another tile above it. But for now, what I am going to do to prepare myself is I'm going to put my spacer, or my flush spacers in, just because they'll want to dry in the tile in the mortar. So if I set them in, I'll set them in. I know that there's a joint somewhere in the center of this tile, so I'm going to try to set it in. So there's one here, off the center of the tile is here, and I know I want to be to that side of the center of the tile for 2. So I'm going to set 2 of them in there, and they're just going to be placed in the mortar, so they'll dry right in place. And the longest they're straight up and down, you got to be careful of that, because sometimes they'll tip downward, and if they do that, then they'll want to push the tile out. If they harden in there like that, they'll want to push the tile out, so you'll have lippage that'll occur, and you don't want that.